Believe that we're live. I recognize that my computer's going a little slowly. Hopefully that performance improves a little bit as I close some tabs and stuff. This is the Terra Mystica Tuesday League. This is week 2. I played in week 1 as well, but I was sick, so I didn't stream the game. This is 7 Tuna 5's home game, and I'm playing in Division 1 of the America League. So this game is on the Lakes map, including the Landscapes expansion. I'm picking into the first seat. We've got 3 of the scoring pastiles and around 6 temples scoring. It actually kind of looks like, I hate to say it, but it looks like a Swarmlings type game. You could take the priest in round 1, send it to air, and then open with like Temple Air 1 or Temple Water 1 or something. Don't bother with a spade in round 1. But let's go with Chaos Magicians. I like Chaos Magicians. Temple's late is good for them. Like the big building late is not particularly impressive. You often want to build your sanctuary early, but there is this guy in the game which can encourage that. I do kind of wonder if there's a case for water too. If you open with a temple, then you can go temple, air 2, water 2 in round 1, bump, get the spade. Round 2, send your priest to water, then you get a second spade out of it. It's a little goofy, but I don't know, I'm keeping an open mind. With Alchemists picked into the 3rd seat. Mermaids are a weak faction on lakes. I greatly dislike mermaids on lakes. So we'll see how that goes. Mermaids want the worker power tile. The big building and the spade will certainly go first and second to, yeah, it is a landscapes game, so I think Alchemists will be very happy to open with the big building tile. Right now they're the only, well, I guess Chaos Magicians also would like to open Stronghold if they can. Okay, we got Nomads, which is bad for Chaos. Nomads likely get D5, and then if they open Stronghold, then they might maybe get C2 as well. You could try to get like D5 with a single dig and C2 with the Stronghold action or something like that. Which I would like for Nomads. Nomads clearly starting D4. Chaos is much better if Mermaids are up here on C6. The ship tile is in the game, which is nice for Mermaids. These cults are pretty good for Mermaids, but I think I kind of lean towards Nomads, actually. It's a very tricky map for all factions, but I think Nomads probably come out the best from it. Nomads can start D7 to block off Chaos's other good town spot. So Chaos is going to struggle for town spots, but they'll probably want to try to double dig C2 or B5 probably to make a town like with these 3 hexes. The good thing is that they're going to get C4, so they likely can get some decent expansion, unless Nomads beat them to E5. It could be like a miserable sort of game for Chaos Magicians here. Huge variance. That's just kind of one of the things that you face on lakes. But especially with Chaos versus Nomads, it's just like a pretty terrible sort of matchup. Chaos can also just go off. They can have like a nice, really tall game, but we'll see what winds up shaking out. Three of us feel like there's different best factions. I think Alchemists are going to be very good. They are going to open the big building tile and be able to open the Stronghold. They don't have a ton of good shipping options early here. You need 3 ship to reach most of the hexes that they want, and it's not clear that they'll be able to hit them. A classic thing to do with Alchemists that some people like is to open double west on this map, but like your starting positions aren't that clear. Like our Mermaids starting down here so that they can single dig H3 or what, you know? It's not that obvious to me. I think Nomads are pretty stable and pretty safe, and as a result I'm just going to start the bidding on them. Like D4 and grabbing D5 can't be a weak opening. Yeah, it basically can't be a weak opening to go D4 into D5. I actually now kind of regret not putting Nomads in the first seat. If they were going to be in the game, then you might have a play at this fun like 3 TP opening for Nomads. It's kind of a meme, but it doesn't mean it's not fun. I'm getting a little bit of my clock back on these bids versus Nomads. Fire Up's kind of like Alchemists. I like Alchemists okay. Alchemists always have like giant boom bust potential, right? It's just not obvious which hexes they're going to get this game. I'm not certain if I want what I want here for Nomads. Mermaids should get to open double dig, which is always very good. I would probably just start E4, H4 or something, and then double dig onto C5, onto D6, H3. You might only get 2 towns, but there's a chance that you get a town through these hexes over here as well. I don't know, I mean, I'm talking about opening Stronghold Nomads. I never do well with Stronghold Nomads, to be clear. I think even Stronghold Nomads, I'm probably taking the Spade to start with, and then I grab the 2 workers with my first action. Once I've grabbed the 2 workers, then I should be able to get D5, and then from there, I'll Sandstorm either C4 or, like, I assume that Chaos probably takes the single dig if they can to get C4, so then I'll Sandstorm C2. That would be my play, I believe. The next round I can try to get some coin income going with TPs or something. I'm not sure. It doesn't feel like a great game plan. Chaos in a matchup like this, where you're not going to get much network going, you really want the 2 key town. You also arguably want to ship really fast to get this E5, but I guess you can try to get up to A8 instead, but there's just really not a lot of places that you can expand this game for Chaos Magicians. You really, really want to play Culty, just with the way that this game is set up. It's also actually kind of a dry economic track. You're not going to score that much on the track late in the game. So actually that kind of makes pass tiles a little more appealing as a method of scoring. Victory point favors as a method of scoring. The game does want you to build wide to start. I do really like trying to get this thing going for Nomads though. So I do think that it's very good shipping like I think that towns are an important way of scoring, and the Stronghold will be a good way to score towns. And as we said, regardless, like it can't be bad to have a priest to start the game. Clock's almost back to full. That's nice. Okay. Bonus spins me down one more time. As we can see, our opponents are all very strong. That's a consequence of playing in Division 1. Bonus, thinking that he's going to get double dig. That's a pretty good theory. So if Alchemists start here, I don't know if they try to get A6 or something with their single dig or something. Like, it's pretty tough on Alchemists if Nomads start A5 and then they just sandblast their way right through here. That's arguably better than Nomads trying to sandblast C2 in round 1. I mean, Alchemists, I guess they can still like cut through here, but then Mermaids could beat them to C5 as well, which would be really rough. So Alchemists have large like get blown out potential. The question is, like, a lot depends on Nomad's decisions here, and honestly, I don't love being in that decision spot because often I find out that like I've overpaid for that like safety to make those decisions, but then I can't figure out who's actually supposed to pay the price. Like who am I actually supposed to be punishing here if I do go with like Nomads in a stronghold? And if I don't open with a stronghold, then where am I supposed to actually start and where am I supposed to ship to? Like I maintain that there's a huge potential for, depending on the Nomads player, for Chaos to just get blown the fuck out, not get a town spot at all. Again, town is really what you want because you want the 2-key town very badly. Like there's a weird world where you could try to start G2, and then if you can get F4, then you can get either a bridge town with F3 or H5, which Mermaids shouldn't want that badly. But you can only do that if Mermaids start H4 and Nomads don't start F4. Nomads could very well just start D4, F4, D7. But I think that it makes a lot of sense for them also to try like D4, A5, D7, or D4, A5, D7, which is what I would probably do. In that case, if Mermaids start H4, which they very well could do because of this double dig potential, then Chaos could start here and then take F4. So I think that if I see Mermaids placing H4, that really makes me want to place F4. If I see Mermaids placing C6, then I really want to place D7. I think it's a very, very hard to envision a world where Mermaids don't place E4. Like if Chaos is able to get the 2-key town, then they're in a very strong spot. No one should really be rushing for a town that soon, so that almost makes me just want to start G2 for the hell of it, and then just go for this bridge town. Hopefully you can still get these natural reds on the west. Don't play a network game. Count on these late cults to give you points. Just, take your scoring favors or whatever, and then hope that your cult points in like some of these pass tiles are enough. But one town for 2 points is just not a lot of points either. Nomads with a stronghold and a spade opening, you're probably hoping to get 3 towns. Like I would be thinking 1 town up through here, 1 here, and then 1 town somewhere over here in the east. But 3 towns is like no guarantee of a win either. Because if you go 3 towns, you're very likely not getting Earth 1. Like you're probably not scoring that heavily on the scoring favors. And arguably like a shipping strategy is better with round 3 dwellings as well. It's very tricky what to do for basically any faction here. This might not be a bad game for the Chaos Portal. if Nomads take their time to get to like C8, it wouldn't be that bad, I think, to Chaos Portal to D9 late, advance your digs, then try to dig out a town through here, because Mermaids want to get to F8 eventually, I think. Mermaids starting F8 would be funny. That would be really nice for Chaos to, like, in like a 2v2 game, that would be like a fun sort of strategy. For Mermaids to start F8 and then Chaos to join them over here. Yeah, I really, really would like to know everyone's starting spots. Like, I haven't talked much about playing Mermaids or Alchemists, and as you can see, like, that probably means that I'm kind of leaning against playing them. Like, if Mermaids started C6 and Nomads somehow didn't start D7, then of course I would, like, that would be a steal for Chaos. I think that just getting 3 hexes, like, even a game where you only get these 3 hexes and then you, like, even if you fail to get a town over here in the east, like, this 3-hex town is so good for Chaos Magicians. That alone could just win you the game. Okay. So Fire Ice has chosen Chaos. I think that I was ready to move to Chaos and just gamble on where my opponent would start. I am going to basically prioritize as hard as I can trying to deny Chaos like an easy town spot. I do need to commit this dwelling early, so I'm just going to place it on A5. I don't think I should commit this dwelling for the sole purpose of trying to screw over Chaos. I think that this gives me a good stronghold out. The only problem is that if I don't open stronghold, this spot here is kind of crappy. Let's just place here and see how this goes. Again, I should get last action on where Chaos goes. If Chaos vacates C3, like, that's incredible for me, I guess. So I actually shouldn't be that concerned. Maybe I should, like, encourage them to go somewhere else. So I don't have to sandblast all these hexes. And in that case, I actually wouldn't even open with a stronghold, right? I could just open the temple and then take one of these 2 hexes. Okay, so Mermaids are over here. That certainly means that Chaos is not down here. So this is really good for Alchemists, I think, because Alchemists now should be able to come through here. We will take the spade, like we said. So our plan here, if I'm Chaos, I'm probably taking the 3 power tile and digging C4 with my first action. Because if you let me sandblast C4, like, you are probably dead. I guess they could also take the power tile and grab the workers with the first action. We'll see how that goes. Yes, opens with that. So they're going for a sanctuary opening. I am going to deny the crap out of them by taking this guy. If I'm Alchemist, I might just grab the single spade then. That's bad for me. Anyway, yeah, this guy is ideally my connection hex. I guess G4 should be just as good. But obviously there's a lot of appeal in securing a red. Wow. Alchemist upgrade up here. Okay. Alright. So I think we're in on planned stronghold. Let's figure out where we're doing our upgrading. Wait, Mermaids took a priest. They didn't take the double dig, so Alchemists are going to get double dig. That's not good. Or Chaos could get double dig. They could get D. Well, they're not getting D5. I'm probably going to dig this hard, like, just use my spade on this next. Again, I kind of preferred for Chaos to take single dig, but Alchemist getting double dig is really bad. Yeah, Alchemist, like, I was bidding on Mermaids getting double dig. Alchemist getting double dig in round one is incredibly strong with the Stronghold. Oh, Chaos is slow playing. Heroic Logic, what's up? Yep, Chaos Pickle secures the Hex. Terra Mystica much more relaxed than work stress. Yeah, I imagine. Sorry to hear that. So there's only one spade action left, so I should be able to secure one of these guys. I imagine that Alchemists here are going to take these two hexes and just lock me out of a town up here. This Mermaids taking worker power and then not taking double dig is I greatly disagree with that decision. But whatever, it's fine. I'm getting some decent leech here. Mermaids take water too, which is nice. I was thinking that Chaos might take water too with like a priest. That Chaos could take the priest. But Mermaids are taking the Chaos game plan that I was talking about. And they're going to be the culty faction here. However, they should lose d6, which should hurt them. But actually, this is also really, really good for Chaos, right? Because Chaos now should be able to get the 2-key town. Because they're going to beat Mermaids to a town. I need to figure out if I'm going to take c2 or d6. Because d6 is a connection hex. But c2 is like, both of these are vital connection hexes for me now. So yeah, things have really kind of not gone my way here. I do want to upgrade in the center still, I think. So do I give more leech to Chaos or more leech to Alchemists? The answer is probably make Chaos pay some victory points. They're still going to be relatively tall. They're not going to be able to use all of the power that I give them. Oh, new follower, Max's Joe. Welcome to my stream. I considered upgrading on A5 and like immediately dismissed it because this is no longer a town spot. Anyway, yeah, like this is pretty shitty for me. The fact that Mermaids have chosen this line, because Chaos should be able to pass first for double dig and get c2 now next round. Unless, like, I don't, yeah, there's no world where anyone else tries to take a longer round at this point, so, or, yeah, tries to take a shorter round and passes for double dig now. So I think Fire X is in a really, really nice spot here. As for us, we're probably going to take a coins action or something. I'm not sure if we'll take a coins action. Doesn't seem bad. Fire X also takes water too. And Earth too. That's a little surprising. I thought that Fire 2 should go with Air 2. Well, okay, they can't use the Cult Spade. That's why they're not going for that. So they want to take probably 1 or 2 more bumps. It's a little greedy. It's a little greedy, I have to say. Because they do need to pass in front of me. If they don't pass in front of me, they are in trouble. So I need to think, like, how vital is it to prevent, to take d6 and make it slower for Chaos to get onto e5? The answer I actually think is that c2 is probably more important. I have a way to connect on g4 if I need to. Well, I guess it's problematic if Chaos comes after f4. So I have all sorts of issues right now. Yeah, I think that Fire Axe taking... Like, Fire Axe is probably going to be wasting a cult step here in order to secure his positioning. Oh, Mermaids took coins, so they're going to go for a long round. They're going to get onto a good pass tile. This is very sad for me. Very, very sad for me. Okay, so they're going to blow their water 2 this round then. So if they don't, then I'm going to just Sandblast C2 with my first action next round. I guess the other thing that could happen is that Alchemists could pass here, and then they could take another double dig next round. That would be pretty savage if they just like double, like they have no real interest in double dig. I guess Chaos is kind of counting on that. And they build a bridge, so they could actually go for like a round 2 town. That's freaking sick. Yeah, that's absolutely sick. All right. Yeah, I don't want to be counting on A4 because Alchemists will also be counting on A4. So I actually am going to be taking this hex. Fire X is realizing what happened. He has to pass now. Wow. Wow, okay. That is a decision that I do not agree with. I really don't agree with that decision. From Fire X. Because now I'm going to pass first and I'm going to Sandblast D6, right? I'm going to Sandblast D6 and I'm going to get myself a ship town. Bonus is always using this cult bump here. So yeah, I'm passing Alchemists, probably build this guy, right? Okay, this is fine. I think this is the pass tile that we want, right? Fire X. Yeah, this seems fine. What would I do as Chaos here? I might be looking at 5-power Priest territory here if I were Chaos Magicians. Because you really, really badly need shipping. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna rush to A8, so they could come up here and like they're probably not gonna. They might be able to, if they get a lot of shipping, beat me down to E5 and get G6, I5, but I guess they're not getting a high network game anyway. So, like at this point, I think that Chaos Magicians threw away like a pretty strong spot here. But I do think that they need to get to 2 shipping next round. Yeah, and this highly suggests that they barely converted any stuff. So this highly, highly suggests to me that Chaos's first action next round is going to be to grab a priest action, followed by advancing ship, followed by 5-power priest advanced ship, followed by building A8 and A3, with a cult spade probably going on B7. That's my prediction for Chaos Magicians next round. We'll see if it plays out that way. So the cult spade for Mermaids is probably going on B6. I guess they could go for F3 and try to turn these 3 hexes into a town, but we'll see. I'm curious. Yep, they do go for B6, so that's going to be their first action. Can't really let Alchemists have that. Yeah, I imagine that the cult spade for Chaos goes on to B7. And then they should have the shipping capacity to beat me to C8, so that's good for them. Like, I should be able to take, I should always have tempo on C7 relative to them. Oh wait, hold on. Oh wait, they can get to, oh wait, they take the coins, okay. And I could take the priest here. That would really, really hurt Chaos, I think. If I take the priest and I go for a coin town, then I can manually advance my ship to get to F4, right? Here's a 2-key town from Alchemist, presumably. I would be taking 2-key town like every time here. They take a priest town, interesting. So now I could take the 2-key town. We already said that it wasn't the highest scoring game. So locking in like 5 cult points or so is not like this. A 2-key town probably will win. Well, the temple in the final round is really nasty. Chaos could really benefit from something like that. Alright, I think that we shouldn't overthink things here. A ship town for Nomads early is just very good. Yeah, next round is dwellings, so I think that the ship town is the right play here. I did let FireX get to 2 ship. Like, it is arguable that I should have just taken a priest to deny them that, and then I'm the one capable of getting to 2 ship next round, since I don't have priest production. I think that our plan here is to build F4 and then make a TP on D7. Next round we'll grab C7 and C8. FireX is having a very long round here, so like they're going to go A8, A3, advanced ship. I have 2 actions left. Mermaids have at least their spade left, so they want to advance their shipping and probably dig this guy to blue or something. This is incredible. I would have dug the shit out of this hex if I were Alchemists. Like, this is, yeah. I would not have stood for this. Yeah, Alchemists are going to get to do some fun stuff now. They advanced their ship instead of securing Earth 1 early. And they actually have access to double dig again. That's insanity. And they had access to double dig and didn't take this. This is all like ridiculously good for Alchemists. Sure, let's undo that. I'm pretty sure we're getting. Oh god, I should not have done that undo. Apologies, everyone. We should not have done that undo. Yeah, Alchemists are crushing this game by like millions of miles. But I do think for my TP idea, I will need a couple extra workers. So I'm going to take workers, make a TP, and then build F4. And then I won't be able to afford coins next round, but I should be able to pass on to either a tile with coins or like one of these two guys, which is fine. It's also very arguable that I'm just not supposed to be. Wow, what? FireX is not actually building dwellings this round. It's wild. Securing Earth 1. Okay, so the Tsuki town will be there for Mermaids, and Mermaids will be the ones to profit gigantically off of that. I paid a lot of victory points for this. That's pretty sketch, I think, what I've done. But yeah, I'm looking to pass on to victory points past town next round, I believe. FireX might target D3. That this is not like a great route to go because Nomads have such good tempo on C7, C8. Oh wait, FireX can't build any dwellings, right? His Cult Spade will have to go on like A7, I guess. It'll go on like some not very useful for expansion hex because you will only have 2 shipping. Interesting. So we're really going to want like Water 1 somewhere here, probably. Yeah, we're probably going to have to temple for Water 1 here. Alchemists could also, yeah, Alchemists should probably just double dig, but they could Firepower Priest of Water. It's just so hilariously good for them right now. I imagine that this Sandblast has to be coming out to G3. The dig is going on G3. I'm very bothered by this. That does not sit well with me. Here's Earth 1 for Alchemists. Yeah, this Alchemist game has won by a lot. Alright. Now I build this hex. We would love to get on a big building tile, but other option, Tiki tile is good, and this coin tile is good. I don't think I want the spade next round, but I won't object to it. Spade's still useful, of course. I guess I could lose G6 to Chaos here. Now, Chaos isn't in the worst spot. They have scoring favors, which is one way that I said was very important to score. I mean, I have a town, but like my town has already been formed, and I have like no points. I'm losing in terms of points in pole position, and I'm missing Earth 1. I'm just really bad with Stronghold Nomads. Someone needs to like. I know that chat is not giving me advice this game, but I'm just so bad with Stronghold Nomads. Someone needs to like smack me every time that I talk about opening with it. This is good. Mermaids are at least beating Alex down here. That was necessary. To pass first will be a delight here, but we're not expecting it. auction was slow, but we've been playing pretty fast since then. Not sure about my opponents. Okay, there's the landscape as expected. Alright, this is our last action of the round. Drop that. So 2 hexes that I would like to take away from Chaos next round are E5 and C7. I think C7 is a good one because it gives me town potential, like through these hexes, or even like down through here. And E5 protects G6. I want to compete on network this game, possibly against. Mermaid's economy doesn't look that great. They have lots of spades, but like no workers to build stuff with, and no coins either. Okay, cool. Somehow we're still passing first. Are we expecting any more leech? I would argue that even if we get leech here, it's a mistake. We're supposed to pass and take this guy and just open up the coins action. And then figure our ways out from there. Patrick of the Isles, how is it going? You would not want to be Chaos Magicians here. Yeah, this is why Chaos Magicians were the 40 faction. But I mean, 2 factions took towns and did not take the 2 key towns. So that is a good thing for Chaos. Chaos can also build a dwelling here. So they could actually build E5 here, which is pretty annoying for me. So that's another good part about being Chaos here. Like, they've gotten all the leech. I was really, really unhappy with it. Like, I think that if anyone's kind of thrown the game off, it's Mermaids. Mermaids gave Alchemists double dig in round 1 and in round 2. Where are they getting a town? Yeah, that's the bad part, right? But they might be able to get like 20 to 24 cult points with like a round 6 temples if Alex and I continue not to push hard on cults. I mean, I think I've kind of effed myself. I am so bad with the Nomad Stronghold. I'm just so bad with it. I just never figure out when to get my priest production. If I do, then my coin production is garbage. And like I never want to use power for digs, but then I wind up like not winning network outright. I mean, in this game, against this Alchemist player has already won, right? Like they got double dig in round 1 and double dig in round 2. They've already won the game, but it's not like, wow, this is vicious. This is vicious. Chaos takes a coins tile. I imagine that Mermaids will probably just pound the ship tile here. They could go for coins. Actually, coins might just be what they need. They might not be able to afford. Yeah, they probably can't afford the VP, which means that Alchemists are going to get the VP tile on 2 ship. It's just truly disgusting. They're going to get the 3 ship next round and just build G5 for free. Also, just gross. I would have 100% built E5 there as Chaos. I'm a little surprised that they didn't do that. But I suppose that they're just wagering that I want to take coins, which I do. I desperately want to take coins here. So, fair play. Actually, so Patrick, Chaos Magicians actually got so much leech in round 1 that they were capable of passing in front of me to secure C2 or D6. I believe that they made a mistake because they chose to use this cult bump and their water 2 bump. But if they had just skipped one of those 2 actions, they could have passed and got the double spade. And then I would have loved their position. Because they would have 3 hexes here in the center. I think that I left them... I think I left them D6. So they would have had, like, very nice expansion opportunities then. Yeah, I'm going to let Chaos have this. We're going to get... Let's see. If we can secure the priest, we'll get E2, C8, G6, maybe? Oh wait, Chaos doesn't... Yeah, Chaos only has 3 workers, so they're going to go E5, A6, A8, A3, something like that. And they're playing culty. They're not going to have any priests to close... They're not going to have any town keys to close cults with, but that's fine for them. So I think if I hard dig this and sandblast this, then I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4 dwellings out this round. Yeah, okay, that's the plan. So we'll hard dig this. Do you want the landscape? No. It's a dwellings round. We'll build dwellings. Even though this one doesn't produce any income, but it's fine. So we'll take this. Ironically enough, I actually think that Chaos still has a chance at making this town, which is what I was saying with Stronghold next round, if so they choose. If I can pass first onto this guy, I will be really thrilled. I would just go, next round would be Temple, Water 1, TP, TP. Yeah, if I can pass onto this, that'll be sick next round. Because I think that I should be able to get Water 1 if I'm first to pass. Alchemists do go here. They don't have any digging yet, so this hex is safe, but I'm just going to secure my good hexes. So if they do try to get like F6 or something, then I could get leech from there. Again, I don't really expect it. They have 2 more blacks to build on. And once they do that, okay, so Mermaids don't look like they're particularly in a position to be going for Water 1 here. They look like they're trying to just max out on other methods of getting points. I really hope that Mermaids don't open next round the Sanctuary Water 1. And I don't think they should. I also really don't want them to pass onto this tile. But I suppose that they have no reason not to. It's one of like the best economic tiles for them now, other than the spade. Fire X. Put Priest to water instead of advancing ship. I guess I'm always beating Chaos to Water 1 at least, so that's one positive here. I wonder if there's any world that I should be prioritizing F6 instead of C7, because this town is good, but like I want to hit my yellows pretty badly. I'm likely missing out on some western yellows, but I should really get these eastern yellows. Okay, so this hex does go. So at least I got the leech off of here. Oh, they took the single spade. Wow. Alchemists have gotten 5 power spades in 3 rounds. I may be at the point where it's worth considering just passing. This hex gives me no economy, and if I do pass, that gives me tempo on water, better tempo on water 1. It gets me the pass tile that I want. And depending on what Chaos does here, I should be able to get a coins. Like I could get a coins action as well. Like unless Chaos takes workers and builds a TP, then I should be able to get a coins action before taking water 1 next round as well by passing. So passing becomes very attractive now. Alchemists again still have 2 more dwellings to build. I would probably build them both Fire Alchemists, but who knows? Okay, Chaos is going to get to 3 ship and build D2. Okay, so Chaos is going to go for a town here. That's fine. Bonus has... Okay, Bonus is clearly going to build at least 1 more dwelling and possibly make a TP and possibly use the water 2 bump as well. So that should free me up to build this. Our Alchemists getting to 18. I mean, Alchemists are getting to whatever the fuck they want, right? Like, this is absolute insanity here for the Alchemists. But yeah, I think that Alchemist could win by, like... This is, like... I guess the track is a little dry, but this is, like, Alchemist winning by, like, probably 15-plus type of game, I think. Alright, I'm going to be dumb and just build this hex. I'm going to be greedy AF. Yeah, Alchemist building that TP instead of a dwelling kind of tips their hand. Like, they kind of have to build, like, 2 dwellings here. So I'm done, and that makes me happy. I should be able to pass. FireX gave up the ability to make a TP, so he's... so I think FireX wants to just stay in the round long and not threaten water 1 next round, and because he's not threatening water 1, I should be able to get coins and then followed by temple water 1, so that's my dream. Who knows if that's going to be enough to do anything. I really don't know if that actually will be enough to accomplish all my dreams. Wow, man. I didn't see that coming. That really hurts. I shouldn't have built that dwelling. I really should have just passed. But, I mean, I also just didn't see it coming. I don't think that that's, like, particularly the best thing that Mermaids could have done there. Yeah, that's really, really sad for me. That really, really hurts me, and I guess, yeah, I mean, that's a very good economic one, but just not building this D1 hex feels so sad. God, man, those 2 points cost me so fucking bad. I really fucked that one up. Also, this is even worse because FireX just has 2 bumps left. Alchemist might wind up on this tile, which is just... Because FireX might as well just go for this, right? They're like the same thing. Yeah, man, that was brutal. Yeah, I fucked up really bad. Yeah, the greed. Yeah. The worst thing is that greed also didn't come with any economic benefit. It was really, really, really poorly advised. That was one of... That has to be, like... If I wind up losing this game by, like that pass was probably, like... Getting this 6 coins instead of this TP tile... God, I don't even know how many points I lost because of that, but I don't think it's, like, a few points. I think it's a lot of points that I lost because of that. We're probably... Because I lost the 3 coins... Like, this is 3 coins on a worker. This is 6 coins. And I was going to get 3 coins from the coins action. So I lost a worker plus 6 points or so from that. Yeah. I lost probably like a worker and 6 points. With no economic benefit for this, for to get 2 points off of this. God, oh man, that was real bad. Like, I'm wondering how I can fight against Alchemists here. Like, maybe I can take D8 and try to go for, like I want a third town, right? So, is my third town through these hexes here? Maybe? I mean, I think I'm fourth here, right? Chaos is beating me pretty clearly. I also now need to figure out a way to be the slowest in this round, because I desperately need to get onto pass tile next round. But now, even if I get a pass tile next round, I'm not getting onto a victory points tile. So, because the two would be at odds with each other, right? I need to figure out my town spots. I think I should be able to float one of these two hexes and sandblast D8 this round, just like very, very slightly slow down Alchemists. But I might lose D8 anyway. It looks like I'm kind of going through the motions. It's possible that I am. But these are all like single dig hexes where like getting onto a spade is not the worst outcome. Alchemists don't appear to be advancing their digs this round, so that's somewhat good. Going for a TP here, I don't really understand this TP. I also had another thought, which was to go Sanctuary and Air 1 this round. Like it speeds up my okay, so I've lost E2. I shouldn't fight this. Chaos always takes that for me. Do I take this? I don't think that I can efficiently convert this anymore, but I'm gonna take it anyway because we're playing Terra Mystica here. That's what we do in Terra Mystica. We take Leech. Alright, I think E6 can't be that bad. I need one of these. Well, actually, B7 can't be that bad, right? This hex takes away Mermaids town unless they have landscapes, but it forces them to like Fire 2 or a Stronghold. That might be what they want anyway, but it's fine. Let's grab this. They probably want to put a TP up here anyway, so. This is going to be a dwelling. Are any of my opponents going to have a fast round here? Guessing probably not. I'm considering going for a 2-key town here. It's stupid, right? I think it's stupid. But how can we make this work? We can take a priest. We can send a last priest to air. We're gonna try to send the last priest to air, right? Yeah, my opponents have infinite stall moves. Bonus is the only one who doesn't really have infinite stall. So what can we do to help ourselves stall here? We could take workers, so we could build 2 more TPs, right? That would imply that we knew that one of our TPs was already in a spot for a town. Yeah, this priest can't be that bad. I'm very short on priest this game, so. Seven, 2 to 5 probably wants to build this hex. Took workers instead of single digging, which is a little interesting. Oh, wait, he has tons and tons of open dwelling spots. Jesus Christ, Alchemists. This is just, it's insanity. And yeah, because Alchemists are going to beat me on network anyway, it's really sad for me that I don't have Earth 1 here. And that I've taken so much leech. And that I have 0 cult presence. Wonder if there's anything else that I can add on to my pity party over there. It's probably through here, right? My last town is probably through here. I should be able to hopefully get Alchemist as a neighbor over here. Like, I'm considering if my town is here, here, or here. If I'm talking about making 2 TPs this round, then the town over here feels less good. Though, I mean, I guess I could down convert all my power to make that happen. Yeah, man. This is not good, Bob. Whoa. Whoa. Phyrix has passed. What's this? This is a blessing. I'm going to get some victory points next round. That's not the pass tile that I want, so hopefully bonus is going to pass on to it first. But this is a message that I should either sanctuary. Okay, so this is happening. Yeah, that's happening. Okay, so I like this. This is good. I think that Chaos could have stalled for Alchemist's pass tile. That was pretty surprising to me because I think that they want to Stronghold next round. It's like a pretty good way of making points, right? Alchemists don't pass onto that tile right away. It's pretty shocking. Alright, how much shipping am I realistically getting to next round? It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. God, this game is so depressing. So depressing. I need to stop like focusing on network, right? All my remaining dwellings should probably just go into my last town, which I will have to figure out which one that is, but all right. Is the two-key town ever worth my time here? I don't think it's obvious that the answer is no. It can, like, Alchemists have 2 priest production, but they need to advance their digs twice. So I don't think that it's that obvious that, like, I can't get some points off of Alchemists here. Like, I'll get at least 1 point off of Alchemists here. I probably lose the rest of that cult to... Yeah, I guess I lose that cult to Chaos in the last round. So that's like 1 point here, 1 point here. Mermaids take fire 2. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points off of fire 2, and it's like a good economic invest. Not fire 2 rather, but off of the 2-key town. Can I honestly say that it's better than just like taking a priest? I probably can't, but I kind of just want to do it anyway, put some pressure on my opponents. Like, surely it does mean that my opponents will have to fight a little bit harder with, and like make slightly tougher decisions. Alright, this is 5 power that I'm expecting. Like, this at least gives me something resembling a cult presence. I can try to go for a 3-action round this round and see how it goes for me. So that's 1. Oh shit, I didn't do my conversions. So Chaos is going for a town through these hexes, I presume. I don't think Alchemists will deny them any of these hexes, which means that Chaos is going to get a town. They're clearly advancing their digs here, right? Yeah, they already have once, and their cult game plan has obviously been paying out for them quite handsomely. Bonus just wants to lock up 1 cult, makes a lot of sense. They are going to be taking fire 2 plus a cult town, like over here, so that makes a lot of sense. Okay. So we want this TP. And I think we probably put the Sandblast on G3. There is a vague chance that we can get like the town through these hexes and I don't need fire 2. Now I probably want it to be fire 2 anyway, but you know, it's worth a thought. Yeah, I probably want fire too at this point. One of my opponents, it can block at least one of my opponents, so that would be nice. There's the second dig advance for chaos. Yeah, chaos could come down here, but I'm just gonna hope that they don't want to. 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it's only 5 workers. Why wouldn't they do that? We'll see. They might want to just save those dwellings to go in these hexes. Grabbing C1 here is like pretty good because that secures the town spot. But they might play greedy, which is obviously their prerogative. I totally missed out. I should have sent that priest to fire, but whatever. I'm trying to play kind of a fast round, right? So. The sandblast. I guess one cool thing that comes from this is that if I do manage to pass first here, which is no guarantee, by the way, no guarantee at all that I manage to pass first here. Alchemists could totally pass at this point. They do stay in the round, so I am going to likely get to pass. Unless Chaos passes again, they certainly could. But I mean, they got onto this tile. They have 2 cult bumps to use. I don't know. Okay, they do stay in the round a little longer. We'll see if they come after G2. Even if they do, that's probably fine because I get G4. I'm starting to make myself sweat a little bit. I'm really considering just securing this hex now. Or at least one of these two, because Alchemists could also kill my town by taking G4. Now, I don't know why they would want to do that and not kill Chaos's town. I think Chaos is much more of a threat than I am, like in terms of winning the game. But I'm starting to get a little paranoid. Okay. Oh, also, Mermaids want this hex. Okay. I think I've kind of convinced myself that I'm starting to convince myself that I actually want to secure this hex this round. Or this hex this round, maybe. Yeah. Chaos has 3 ships, so they can mess with my town like at any point. Alright, let's... We're in trouble. This last town has a high chance of not even happening. But you know what we can control? We can control just simply taking this pass tile. We can't control whether or not we get this town. We just can't. We could blow up Mermaid's town by taking H6. Like, they're probably going to double dig this hex now. But we can't actually stop Chaos Missions from coming over and killing our town. That we certainly cannot, so... Or Alchemists, of course. Can also kill it at their leisure. So we'll just see what happens. Yep, there's H5 as we predicted. I just am a little surprised that that Mermaids didn't put their straw on B6, but I guess they are really planning for What am I saying here? I'm a little surprised Mermaids didn't go for B6 because they don't need fire too. If that's the case, right? They can just put 3 TPs down here. But yeah, they have water 1, so they would want 3 TPs if they could get it. God, our game has been such a disaster. The ship town. I think, or it's actually probably a coin town, right? No, it's just ship town. I think ship town is a little better because then you can just convert priest. But whatever. Alchemists have basically cleared their board without advancing their digs. This is like a classic Sivak thing, just like heavily rely on the single dig power action as Alchemists. They have slightly fewer points than you might expect. The rest of their points are mainly going to come from 2 towns plus 2 dig, 2 dig advances. So they have 8 more points coming from Air 1, maybe 8 points worth of temples, that's 16 points. They're probably passing here, so call that 17 more points. Okay, well, they've gained 4 of those, so 13 more points plus 2 towns, say it's 20 points. It's 37 more points plus win network outright. 45 more points. Plus 6 more points of Earth 1, 6 more points of Water 1. So that's 57-ish more points, plus maybe, let's call it like 10 points on the cults, because they're going to get lots of temples. So like 67 more points. They're going to end up in like the 140s. Is that it? Are they really going to only be in the 140s? But we should look at our own game, right? We have 12 more points coming in that we know of from this. We might get a town for like 8 points. Or actually, it probably won't be 8 points. It'll probably be a crappy one, right? Because we'll be slow to get our town. We'll probably get Fire 2 blocked, but we do have a chance at gaining all of this land here. So we have 12 points coming in on network. So we are breaking 100. We're probably going to get like maybe 10 points on the cults. Can we get 10 points on the cults? That'll be like 110. Plus maybe some Water 1 and Air 1 points. Or, sorry, Water 1 and Temple scoring points. So like, maybe like 120. It's really sad. Mermaids here are going to get, I don't know if Mermaids are getting any network points. Chaos is the ones with advanced digs. I guess Mermaids have some natural hexes left, but so does Chaos. It's actually kind of a close network race. Anyway, let's just grab the coins. If our town gets blown up, our town gets blown up. I think we're going to put down our Sandblast on F5. I think we ignore this guy. Yeah, I don't think that we need that many coins anymore. No, I think that the right hex to get here is G4. This hex is always needed for town. The other one can be f5 or g2. So I think that maybe I hard dig down g4 here. And that's a fire 2 rush. It might be responsible for me to get that away from fire X goes for it, right? If he does, then the only town that I can make is with these 4 hexes here. Yep, there is an 8-pointer, which I expected. Yeah, let's grab f5. I fully expect this to be temple for fire 2, air 1. So now our only chance at a town involves f5, g4. Let's see if we're given that. I think Alchemists are less likely to spite me on g4, so... Oh wait, they didn't take fire 2, cool. So there's no rush on fire 2, that's cool. So g4 becomes slightly more of a priority again. I think I can afford to hard dig. We'll put the landscape. If I were Chaos, I would have fought hard to secure the center. However, I think that this is absolutely the game plan that I wanted to do, which was play tall, play pass heavy, and then advance digs late. Now, Chaos has landed on pass tiles less than I would have liked to, but they've managed to score just a ton of points using really only Earth 1. Very impressive. This water one has only been 9 points. Yeah, because this TP was already around. So water one has been 9 points. Air one is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 19. Looks like 20 points from favors, plus, I guess, 23 for this round. It looks like air 2 is the most desirable pass tile now. Fire X really wants a cult town. We probably will just get it. He also has water 2, which really makes fighting the air cult unattractive. So what could we get? We could get water 2 or earth 3 out of the sensible cults here. Maybe air 2 is still not that bad because it does like make it harder for Alchemists to beat me here. It's the only air cult thing left. That and earth 3 are still interesting. Bonus should probably just grab the town now. So this 2-key town might be like almost no points, right? It was 0 points on fire. God, that 2-key town. This game. This game is just so bad. Alchemists have one more temple left to take. They should go for either Earth 3 or Air 2. I guess if it's Air 2, then I can always respond by taking Air 2 myself, so I shouldn't rush myself too much there. I should just secure my town space now. And figure out how I'm getting my points this game. right, here we go. Mermaid's last few actions should just really be making TPs. They are not going to compete on the cults or on network, so Chaos will beat them network-wise. Chaos has no town keys, so Mermaids will lock up air. They've used their water 2 bump, which means that Temple water 2, air 2 could be Temple air 2 is interesting because of that. I would have loved to use these priests. Oh wait, hold on. Am I getting a priest town? Or is Chaos getting it? I guess Chaos is just taking the priest town now, huh? In any case, I very much want a priest. But now I'm going to take the 11-pointer. The priest power action is quite attractive because this guy can, like, it looks like cults are relatively open between me and Alchemists, and there's no rush on the 11-pointer anymore. Yep. So bonus closes that cult. I'm probably not building any more dwellings this game, right? I'm probably building 2 temples, 2 TPs. And then maybe a dig advance. If I have the priest to spare. Fighting Chaos on this cult feels suicidal. They're going to win Earth. We probably can win air without closing it. Or they could close air and then just like stuff the Earth cult with priests or something. Make my life hard there. And yeah, they're capable of just stalling as well. Okay. The only thing that makes sense here is the 11-pointer. Oh. I do need to commit to a temple. Okay, water 2 can't be that bad. It really just can't be that bad. Unfortunately, I do need to give free leech to an opponent. I think I was pretty mean to Fire X all game. Not that it's mattered, but yeah. Water 2. Yeah, so Fire X is also getting some network points. So this is going to be like 22 cult points for Chaos. If I actually take Earth 3, no, because Chaos can just send 2 priests to Earth. That mainly helps Mermaids on air, right? Mermaids are in a small bit of trouble because if they commit to making 3 TPs, they will lose the air cult to mirror Chaos. So they're in an awkward spot where like TPs or temples score, but they have both water 1 and they're on the TP tile. So I think they're at a slight loss for what to do here. I mean, at least making 1 TP has to be correct, so that's a good start. So let's say that they make 2 more TPs, and we just read this on face value, and they get like 24 cult points. That'd be 104, 112. plus 30 endgame points, 142. Yeah, it's far, far beyond me. God, we are very, very bad at playing Stronghold Nomads. It's also like not our fault that Alchemists got handed double dig twice in the first 2 rounds. That was just kind of a bad break. Yeah, I'm thinking that temples and TPs are probably just a little better than my other ways of making points here. Because there still are some swings to be had. Like, there are a couple 3-step favors left. Unfortunately, like, my opponents are pretty well armed to respond, but Alchemists, for example, can only make 1 more TP or a temple. And then they can make like 1 priest or something. No matter what it is, it can't be better than like 4 points. Like those 2 workers can't possibly be better than 4 points for taking a worker down instead. Alright. We're going to see Alchemist's last temple now, so that's good news. I think that the Priest to Earth is quite safe. It shouldn't be a waste to send Priest to Earth, in my eyes. This should discourage Alchemists from going for Earth 3 with their last stuff. They might go Water 2. In that case, I send a Priest to Water. Chaos needs to send Priest to Earth to maintain tempo on the Earth cult here. We'll see how it all goes down, but it's not looking good for me. I think that I've gotten destroyed on the cults, I've gotten beaten on network, and I have the fewest direct points. So I think it looks like a loss for me. Chaos is going to get like 1 resource point, maybe 2 resource points, that's 112, plus 3, 115, plus 6 network points, 121, plus, I was saying like 22. Oh, that's super freaking annoying for Mermaids to do that. They are going to go Temple for Earth 3, I think. That's just obnoxious. But good for them. So I'll put them out. Oh, they just didn't commit to what they're going to do there. Fine. Here's a temple from Alchemists. They're finally making their final temple. And they take Earth 3. Okay, so that's not such bad news. That means that I can temple for Earth 2 pretty happily here. Yep. Okay. So temple for Earth 2 is... Okay, Alchemists left them enough to make it themselves enough for a TP. And then they can go for a 5-power priest after that, but they can't take any more of this stuff. Ooh, I have a new follower. Thank you. That's Huayong Xing. Hello. Do I have any moves? I mean, I have a water 2-step that I could use, but I don't particularly want to commit that just yet. In any case, so the water cult is done, right? Alchemist can no longer contest the water cult. My priests are going either here or here. Oh, wait, Alchemists can still get a 5-power priest. Bumping the Earth track seems better then, because we'll see what Mermaids do, right? Yeah, we'll just see what Mermaids do here. Also see how Alchemists try to, because tricking Mermaids into like a sense of complacency here, in which they don't take Air 2 would be kind of enjoyable. Okay, they just go for a final temple, for final TP instead, so cool. We will temple for Air 2 and take that cult away from Mermaids. I'm sure that FireX is already planning to do something similar. FireX has 3 bumps, I have 3 bumps approximately. So yeah, Alchemists probably just dig down a final dwelling. Okay, so I've... Yeah, this has to be worth it to pass Mermaids at least. That's at least 2 points worth on this cult. I talked at Big Game about taking Earth 3 before, or about making a final TP before, but now I actually think that making the temple for Earth 2 makes more sense. Because this does gain me points against Chaos Magicians now. Chaos will send their final priest to air because I have to send priest to air. I'm going to take one of these 2 cults is what it comes down to. And I'm going to end with 14 cult points, I guess. So I do this. Then I do this. And then I do this, I guess. And then I have just enough to make a TP, I guess, which I think actually does wind up giving me 1 resource point or 2 resource points or something. So yeah, this actually does give me a resource point. So all right, so I make it to the 130s. I don't think I quite break 140s, but apologies for not having the strongest game here. But yeah, Alchemists did get to 18 structures. To whoever was asking, second place is second place. This is not a second place game. This is second place on network, right? This is not second place for the game. I'm pretty sure that Mermaids have me at least. Oh no, I have Mermaids. Never mind. Mermaids have no network points, and they made some bad moves on these cults here. Wow, this actually was second place? Okay, I mean, I'll take that. That was not expected. I think I had all my opponents in like the 140-ish range, but yeah, like in the end we were able to delay long enough to obnoxiously take these Air 3 and Air 2 and Earth 2. And yeah, I can't really blame Alchemists for taking Earth 3. I guess it did get them 2 points, and I was right about the 15-point victory. Yeah, pretty much, right? Like, it was an absurd Alchemist game. And it could have been 15 if they had done their conversions correctly. I think they over-converted by 1 coin in the final round. But nonetheless, we'll do a quick run-through of what happened here. What happened was we were relatively slow, but the game was not too bad. Everyone just kind of played deliberately, and I think that was the right move in like a high-level table. We got second on network, which is whatever. We didn't take any spade power actions. Alchemists took a lot of spade power actions rather uncharacteristically. And I really do feel like Mermaids kind of threw the game. I think Mermaids threw the game by not double spading in round 1. Now they did. If they had actually closed out a third cult like they looked like they were going to, I think that I could justify it a lot more. But to get only 18 cult points after committing to 0 network is pretty rough. We did get coins actions. We took priests and workers as well. So we looked for resources instead of spades, which is kind of what you want to do as Nomads, right? So total coins, 64, but I mean, Alchemists also paid a bunch of victory points for even more coins, right? We actually hit the track the best. This was probably because we built all three temples in round 4 or in round 6, plus the big building. So despite me saying that was a poor scoring track, we got 17 points from like the late events. And we did get like, yeah, Water 1, Air 1 proved fairly potent, but nowhere near what Alchemists did by building everything with every scoring favor. We took 3 decent towns. We did okay. FireX, you think that you took CM too soon? So my take is that round two, you could have built more dwellings that round instead of building the sanctuary. And if you had done that, I kind of like what you were going to. Yeah, I was also. I assume that this is a 7 tuna 5 here. I assume that like everyone was fairly close to Chaos Magicians. But what I really would have gone for the 2-key town if I were you, Hubert, because you have that available to you, right? Like if you don't use all those cult bumps, then your final action of round, like instead of using one of the cult bumps, you can pass, and then you can just double spade in round 2, and then just make 2 TPs, take the 2-key town. I mean, I guess you wound up like scoring the most cult points of. No, you didn't really crush the cultists that much, right? You got 4, 8, 10, 16 cult points. I thought that going for a 2-key town was, like, if at all possible, was like pretty game winning for, or like kind of a winning game plan for Chaos Magicians. Anyway, Alchemists didn't wind up getting too much on the cults, but this and this ultimately, or this and this ultimately were enough for Alchemists by like a lot. I mean, because Alchemists have like a negative 35 here, they're always going to look funny here. They literally outscored everyone by 50 points in terms of just positive points, which is hilarious. But yeah, I think that this game was definitely thrown by the Mermaids' rather unexpectedly culty game plan. Now, I don't think it was terrible. I think there was some execution to be desired from it, but I do really think that Mermaids giving Alchemists 2 double digs after taking worker power really, really hampered how the game like was quote supposed to go during bidding. Like getting double dig in round 1 and double dig in round 2, it's probably a little too much. But hey, that's the game. I mean, like, you get breaks. I'm very happy to escape with second place here. I don't think that I particularly earned it, so I think that my Stronghold Nomads game was really janky and ugly, so yeah. I think that we're probably fine here. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for chatting. I will try to put this game on my YouTube whenever it's possible. We'll see everyone around. I should be playing it next week. So, yeah.